Guess what? She's back. She's better than ever. Actually, she's worse because we're talking about breakups. We are alone and dying. It is part 2 of Lesbian versus Baby Gay. We're talking about breakups with Elena Joy because it's Elena Joy's, honestly, it's Elena Joy's world and I'm just living in it.
That's how I want everybody in my life to feel about the world when I'm around and when I'm not around.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure my entire YouTube subscriber base are just your people who feel bad for me.
No, of course not.
YouTubing for you is your number 1. For
Yeah.
me, my number 1 is comedy, and YouTubing is number 9 or so. But I really want to be good at it. Like, I really look up to you and the other YouTubers that I've...
You're already good at it. It's just about...
I think I have
consistency.
to do it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's not that you're not good at it. It's just...
Yeah, I was bummed because I made a gay video with my mom, like all the cool YouTubers do, and it didn't go viral. And I was just like, well, fuck this.
Well, yeah, the viral videos are few and far between, unfortunately. I made a video every Friday for like 4 years before I ever made a cent. Yeah. Years. Hundreds of videos.
Understand.
Hundreds before I started to realize I could do this as something more. The other change, the other piece of advice I'll give you, just go through some sort of heartbreak. Just have something terrible happen in your life, or where your whole world flips upside down. People love it.
Here's the thing. That has already happened to me so many times, and I've done all this self-work to never have one of those again. All of that's in my comedy. All of that's in my stand-up. Mm-hmm. Whatever. This is boring and stupid.
Oh my God. Over on my channel, I don't know if it made the video, we talked about how sad it is to turn the camera off for 15 minutes. If this is sad and boring.
Listen, we are sad and boring because we have gone through breakups. We are alone, and maybe we'll be that way forever.
Well, I'm hoping not.
Let me tell you, because the listener, maybe the people, they don't fucking know. Jen and I broke up. I'm at the point now, I'm never going to be able to monetize. I can't come.
Oh, have you heard of adamandeve.com?
adamandeve.com, they do not sponsor me. Sponsor me, bitch. All right.
Yeah, well, one of the things that you texted me the other day, I was like, oh, that doesn't sound nice.
Did I tell you that I couldn't come?
No, you told me that you started crying.
Did I just text you? Did I just text you, hey, Elena, I can't come? Can you help me with this?
I'm pretty sure it went, I texted you because I figured that you would be the person that would have advice if anybody would have advice on this. I was like, listen, being thirsty.
Oh, right.
It's just always come naturally to me. That's who I am. It's a part of who I am.
You're a horn dog. Talk about a joyrider.
I don't know. And for the first time that I can recall in my entire life, it's just gone. And that has never happened where I'm thinking, okay, I've gone through a breakup, here we go, this is the time. Just like when Ashley Gavin started her podcast and it was I was in this relationship and now I gotta go whipping through all these people and I'm gonna have all these experiences.
Yeah. Whipping through them with your whip from adamandeve.com.
Use code FENDER, 50% off. And that fire in my belly is just gone. And so I texted you and I was like, the fuck? What do you do? What happened? Where is it? Why am I like this? And you were you were talking about a girl and you were like, yeah, well, she put her tongue on my clit and I cried. were your exact words.
Elena Joy is back with the clit content. Bing! Patreon.com/WHGS so that we can monetize this shit.
Oh my God, yeah.
I feel like it's waves. I think I may have said this to you. I feel like, at least for me, I break up with someone, I'm sad and not at all horny for however long. And then I'm ragingly horny when I have a lot of sex and I meet a lot of people.
Right.
And then I get sad and not horny again.
Right.
And it's like the physics graph of the ball bouncing. It cuts in half every time until you reach some sort of equilibrium.
Oh, so the cycle is gonna just speed up.
Yeah.
Until I find some middle ground.
Yeah. That's my theory anyway.
I'm not sure if that feels like good news.
Here's the thing. A lot of people on your video in part 1 go subscribe. I don't know who you are that you don't know Elena Joy and you're here, but if that's you, go subscribe to Elena Joy.
And subscribe if you're watching this on Ashley's channel and you're not yet subscribed. Subscribe while you're here.
I think that's just life. I think when we go through breakups, we want there to be a solution and a point where we are done. We are currently sad, and then something happens, and then we're not sad anymore.
When's it gonna be gone? Yeah.
That's not how life works. The way life works is you're gonna be 56, you're gonna walk into a bakery, you're gonna smell an apple tart, you're gonna think, God, I miss Jennifer, and because we had that apple tart that one time together, and it happened 50, however many years ago, and then you think, oh, that was nice, and maybe there's a tinge of sadness in your heart, but then you move on because you got a wife and kids, That's what life is.
Well, and I guess maybe once you have like the wife and kids, or once you feel more stable, then those tinges of memory won't feel so overwhelming.
Yes.
I'm not as fragile as I was, I'll say that. So I can hope that in however many years I'll be able to have these kind of pangs without it being so painful.
You will. They will take on a different shape in your heart and your mind. All right, you wrote some fucking questions to me on my Instagram. Go follow me, you little bitch. Did you like go through your questions and organize them?
Not at all.
Dope.
I like I like how organic it is when you are like pulling them as you go rather than like thinking of answers ahead of time.
It's fresher, it's better. That's what we tell ourselves anyway.
Right. It takes so much less prep and work.
Here's one that I like, and I don't know how you feel about this, Elena, but most of my relationships until recently have been pretty toxic. This question is it harder for you to get over a breakup after a healthy or a toxic relationship?
I would say I have found the messier breakups to be more difficult to get over, not in the way that I look back and like miss them, but in the way that I look back and like wish that things could have gone differently, or like I wish that we could have had a different conversation, or there was like some more healthy closure.
Totally. My therapist once said to me, way harder to get out of an unhealthy relationship than to get out of a healthy relationship. Because in a healthy relationship, you can see more clearly. You have the light of day and the sun, and you can make better decisions about what is best for both of you. In a toxic relationship, usually you're in it because it attaches to some weird unhealthy part of your brain, almost like an addiction or a neuroses. So you crave it in this way, like it's like junk food almost. You know what I mean? You know you need your vegetables, but the Ben & Jerry's is right there, and it's like you get that rush from it.
Well, because the highs are higher and the lows are lower, so it's like something about that emotional turmoil is actually addictive somehow.
Totally. I often say that I'm sober off of toxic codependent relationships.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I hope. I don't know. I feel recovered. But it's so hard to say. I have been off codependency for like 2 years, I would say. And it feels like my life is totally different.
Oh yeah,
and it's
100%.
Wonderful. That being said, if the breakup is taken a few knocks to tip it over, maybe that's actually a sign that you should stop going back.
Someone in one of the questions I didn't read, someone asked, like, how many times is too many times to break up and get back together?
If you go back in a third time, don't do it. I would say second is okay because sometimes there are actual reasons that you would have to break up with someone, like moving, like we're living in different places. But if you're going back in for a third time,
3 is a pattern.
How to not hook up with an ex immediately after a breakup. Sincerely, a lesbian.
Oh God. I have no help.
I am the king of this. One of my relationships lasted 6 years, but I always joke that it's 4 to 6 because the breakup took 2 years because we kept hooking up. So I had a prison sentence, 4 to 6 years, 4 with good behavior, but I had very bad behavior and I kept hooking up with her.
So then you're in for the full 6. You had to serve your full term. I served the full, the all the time, and I mean, this is just discipline.
taking the number out of your phone, blocking on Instagram if you have to. Muting is probably a kinder way.
Yeah, it's literally self-control.
It's hard.
It's hard, and especially when they're the only person in your blinders.
Don't start texting. Stay away from the activities that will lead to a hookup.
Yeah.
And when it's really raw, it's like talking at all for some people.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm sorry if this is a sensitive subject, but why did you and Jen break up? I feel like I dedicated a full episode of the podcast.
It's actually an opportunity for more content because you may have told the podcast something, but that doesn't mean you don't come on YouTube and then also tell that audience.
Okay, fine. Positive reframe. God.
I'm in therapy too, okay?
I guess Jen and I broke up because I'm 33, she's 25. We both felt like we could see a future together and that we were each other's people, but she did not feel ready to get married, and I did.
Yeah.
That's really hard, you know? And I actually saw her last week. There are definitely still feelings there on both sides, and so I think the door is not totally closed, but you can't.
Oh, that's hard.
You cannot live your life.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah, you can't.
I know.
Because that's like a purgatory space.
What I keep telling myself is I cannot live my life waiting for another person. If it happens, it happens. But I have to operate like it's not gonna happen, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Jen, if you're watching right now, put in the comments, how do you feel about how I phrased that? Do you think that was an accurate representation of our conversation?
Jen's just in the comments.
Just in the comments.
God. I just realized we totally glazed over your I can't come.
Oh yeah, I can't come. Yeah, so I was out there being a little slutty slut after I went. So Jen and I broke up. Super sad, waited a month and a half, 2 months, then got back out there, was slutting it up, having a good time, coming everywhere, just a lot of cum. Then I hit the second sad period.
Right,
and,
the waves that you're talking about.
Yeah, I would say I'm currently in that. Can't come anymore. Too sad to come.
That is the title right there.
A lot of people asking about friendship, so I will speak to this. I enjoy staying friends with exes.
Me too.
It takes a long time. With one of my exes, it took a year of separation. I'm always the person hanging on. You know, that's just who I am. And she was like, I gotta cut you out for a little while. I was like, okay. And about a year later, we finally became friends because we just could not be friends immediately after. There was too many emotions.
How do you know when it's too many emotions versus like just a regular amount of predictable emotions to be expected?
Yeah, I think it's totally fine for you to get it wrong as long as you go in keeping it light when you start.
Right.
Call up your ex and be like, hey, I'd love to have a friendship with you. I know that can be difficult. How does that make you feel? Do you just want to grab coffee?
And see how it is.
Keep it light.
A year? What? That's so much time. Why would you need a year? Like, that's emotions. Who has those? And now I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I can see how seeing that person could be raw for a long time.
Yeah.
Some of my closest friends are like people that I dated and we broke up and it was totally fine. But it could very well take that long to feel secure, like to not have seeing or talking to that person be this like
yeah. You know what I learned as a computer scientist that I use in everything in my life? However long you think it's gonna take, multiply by 3. That's how long things actually take.
Well, and I would say maybe that's the wrong place to focus, and the right place to focus is on your other friendships and relationships and nurturing those rather than being hung up on when you're gonna be back at that place with this person.
This relationship is only one piece of who you are. And if you're doing the healthy things of like fostering your relationships with your friends and family, making new friends, doing activities like
join a group,
exercise, joining a group.
I joined a bouldering class.
I mean, super gay, but you could also do a bouldering class. You could do something less gay, like
wouldn't recommend it.
The joke I was gonna make is date men, but that's a horrible joke.
Something less. No, that'll make you miss your ex even more.
Also, your relationship with yourself. Air horn, zoom, zoom, self-care. You'll know when you're emotionally ready to reach out. Go to your heart.
Yes. You're the only one that can answer this. Do you have a name for your audience?
Denise is the name of my podcast audience.
That's incredible.
Why? What's wrong with Denise?
No,
My fans are Denise. You're Denise.
Oh. Okay, speaking of, a lovely friend of mine tell me that she wanted me to pass on to you that she loved you, and I did, and got zero response. You completely ignored the love from my friend, and now what am I supposed to go back and say and tell her?
Is she cute?
Very.
Can I look at her?
Yeah. I would add to what we've already said in terms of being friends with your ex, if you get to that place where you are building a friendship, you also then have to ask yourself if this person is a good friend to you.
Zoom, zoom. That was beautiful. That was really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you just want to maintain the friendship because you are emotionally dependent on them? You know, like that kind of a thing. A lot of long distance stuff. I'm not a big fan of long distance because I feel like too often it's a lot of younger people.
Oh my God, thank you.
If there's no end date on your distance, what is the goal of this relationship?
Yep, there needs to be a shared vision for the future. Like, what's that gonna look like and when is it happening?
And if you're in a position where you haven't been dating this long enough to have a shared vision for your future, you shouldn't be in a long distance relationship with this person.
Yeah, it's tough.
I know being gay is hard. I know there's no gay people in your area. But guess what? There actually are. You little... I keep calling you little bitches, and I'm sorry, you're not little bitches. You're perfectly wonderful little people. You're perfectly wonderful regular-sized people.
And you're perfectly wonderful bitch.
So you're gonna find someone in your area. You deserve someone close to you. You'll find somebody.
Like, I'm thinking back to my hometown, and I'm like, if I stayed in my hometown, like, there truly are not gays around. I would just ask, like, how long is the distance? It's like, you know, a couple cities over.
I don't know, man. I was in a relationship for a while where we were 6 hours apart, 4 hours apart, and it was really hard.
Oh yeah, it's hard, but I think that probably has a better chance of a good outcome. Everything you said applies. I don't know that there truly are, like, always gays in every town.
Well, Elena says that you're gonna die alone. So that is what Elena's advice is.
Yeah, you little bitches.
Yeah. A lot of people are asking about regretting breaking up with someone.
Ooh.
I would say if your gut says to break up with them, break up with them. You might feel regret at first, but I guarantee you, I have never heard, ever, not once, someone go, you know, I was gonna break up with them, but thank God I didn't. You've never heard that. That never has happened. It's always the opposite. It's always, I should have broken up with them when, nah. If you get that feeling, it is time.
And when you get that feeling, find a piece of scrap paper, write your future self a letter about how you're feeling, why you're feeling this way, what's happening, so that when later on you look back and you got your rose-colored glasses on about this person and the relationship, you can read this letter and be like, oh yeah.
That is such good advice. Where did you learn that?
I made it up.
You're a fucking genius. This is why you're the queen.
I'm just a big fan of writing things down to return to later.
You're just always writing things down. You like make a really good zucchini one day. You're like, write it down, write a letter to myself, future self. I made this really good zucchini.
You're joking, but like honestly, that's why like I have a bullet journal, I have my Google Calendar, I have my actual journal, and I have a notebook. And I like record absolutely everything everywhere because I have a terrible memory.
For me, journaling is just to get out what I need to get out in that moment. And then I don't look back.
Oh, I am so as I'm writing things in my journal, I am writing them knowing future me is gonna read it.
That's crazy. No, it's not crazy. It's just so different. I didn't mean it like that.
No, I know.
No,
I'm just kidding.
That's totally appropriate. It makes total sense, and the word journal makes sense for that purpose. I feel that way about comedy. I revisit my comedy, and I can see in my comedy what I was going through. Anyway, how to even try to date at 30. I'm gonna answer this because I'm 33. Yo, I don't know what happened, but people want to date us, so you go do you, boo-boo. We're hot now.
What happened is that queer women appreciate women of all ages.
Nah, give me a 90-year-old. Give me an Edith.
I saw this chart of like attraction versus age across men and women gender, like the gender across men and women. And it was like, as men get older, the age of women that they're attracted to gets older with them until like 19, 20, and then it just kind of levels off. And even as the dudes keep getting older, they still remain most attracted to that same age group. It just stays. Whereas women, as they aged, their attraction matched their age. So the older they got, the more older men they were attracted to. And so as a queer woman, I feel really lucky, grateful that I know, and you can know, that as you age, like the women that are gonna be attracted to you are the same age. Queer women, we don't age out of what society would consider attractive.
And there's also like queer people, there's just not as many rules around when you're supposed to get married, when you're supposed to have kids. Homophobia sucks, but we are liberated as a people. We do not have to play by those other rules. So don't worry about your age. Like, it's totally fine. I, of course, get it being 33 and single. Like, I totally understand. At first I was scared, and now that I'm dating, I'm like, you're gonna be fine.
Well, and like with the queer experience, especially in our age group, right? Like, I'm 29. I only realized I was gay last year. We didn't grow up where there was all this representation, and like compulsory heterosexuality is real and plays a huge factor. There's so many queers our age who are only just figuring this out. So like, the market is fresh for the picking.
You heard, Elena. Age doesn't matter. Get the fresh ones. Get them young. Pick them. Pick them right out of the ground.
Get them fresh out the gate.
Pick them right out of the womb.
Don't think that's quite what I was saying.
That's what you were saying. Some people are asking about having hope for like a relationship relapse. I wouldn't bet on it. Live your life. It's okay to have feelings and to love someone, but you have to live your independent life.
Like you said earlier, it's like maybe it will happen someday in the future, but you can't live your day-to-day. You have to live your day-to-day as if it's not.
Yes.
You're building your own life unattached to that person, and if it happens great. Then at least that way, if it doesn't happen, you're set.
Elena, I'm gonna actually turn it over to you, baby gay.
Oh.
Do you have any questions for me, broken old lesbian?
I feel like the video over on my channel just got off to a rocky start with me just being like, Ashley, help me. How do you manage the fear around, like, what if I never meet another person who makes me feel the way she did? Because that voice is loud.
Let me tell a story about this. After every breakup I go through, my sister is so funny because the last time it happened, I called her. I said we broke up. She goes, Ashley, please do not say that you are never gonna meet anyone as hot or wonderful as this person. You say this every time. And for the first time in my life, this time, I was like, no, I feel more confident this time that I will be able to love again. I'm not 100% confident, but I'm like at least more confident. So like, you are not alone. I think it is totally natural. What you have to look at is that statistically.
I love a good statistic.
No, it's
Hit
true.
me with
Like, who really dies alone? Like, nobody. Like, even the worst people don't die alone.
Yeah. But die alone or like settle?
Oh, you're worried about settling. No.
Well, like I'm not saying me specifically. I'm saying I think this is probably a question that a lot of people have, and definitely something that I am feeling is like when you date someone that you have this pull to, and that pull feeling is so rare. Like, how do you make yourself feel okay in the question mark of what if I never meet someone where I feel that pull again.
That's like a toxic thought. If you were talking to yourself as you were talking to a friend, your friend would say to you, come on, man, that's ridiculous. And you would say to a friend, come on, man, that's ridiculous. So being able to look at that thought and be like, okay, toxic fear thought. I understand why it's there, but I have to keep moving forward. And then eventually it goes away and you're able to open yourself up to new people and new experiences. I will also say, like, you are not, if you're going through this breakup, there's a reason that this is happening and you are not your full self. Like, there's a reason this relationship didn't work out. That means that there is opportunity out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you think you need them, you're drawn to them so much. But once you have a second to heal, you realize, oh, that really wasn't actually the best. I've had that thought, like, I will never, ever, 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 ever meet anyone this hot, this cool, this smart, this, that again. And inevitably, I meet people that are better suited for me because I'm a better version of myself than I was back then.
And that ties it all nice and full circle, is this idea that you have to keep moving and you have to keep doing the things that you love, because you are not going to get anywhere by, like you said, sitting in bed with a tub of Ben & Jerry's and wallowing. So it's not only going to make you feel better as you do the things that you love and care about, but it's going to make you a better, more full version of yourself, which you need if meeting someone else is something that you want to do eventually.
If you can get to the point of the breakup and go and objectively be like, you know what, I did really love this person, they were really cool, but also, yeah, I did feel codependent, or I did feel like I didn't.
Here were the things that didn't work.
Now you know that, and guess what? That is an opportunity to meet someone better suited for you.
I think it's a good answer. I think all of this, I hope, is helpful.
Probably not. So. Honestly, you probably just need time, but thanks for consuming our content.
I found the conversation helpful, so I hope
did. There's a little light in my heart that thinks maybe I'm going to even be a better version of myself. And
of course you will. Look at that hat. You got the backwards hat with the hair tucked behind the ears.
Do you like it?
Yes. It's a great color.
Thank you. It's new.
A+.
We are done. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and donate to my Patreon, where you can see this whole thing uncut and unfiltered. And comment.
Oh, really?
And is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Please, I need it. It is how I pay my bills, my Patreon. And you get lots of cool free tickets and cameos and all kinds of stuff. Donate to Elena's Patreon because I said so. Go subscribe to Elena's channel. She is a joy, baby.
That's gonna be my new tagline. Elena Joy. She's a joy, baby. Look at you giving me all these, first you named my audience, now you've given me my tagline.
Tag.
God, this is productive for me.
I want to be Canadian. All the best people are Canadian.
You're not that, well, you live in New York, right?
Yeah.
That's isn't that so close to Toronto?
It's like 5 hours by drive.
Oh. All right, where did you say you are now?
Long Island.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you were in Seattle for some reason.
Yeah, I was in April.
Oh, okay.
Time is a construct, as are feelings. You will get over your breakup with time.